always been very passionate about my career. So for me, my career is just a very integral part of my life. I can't imagine it any other way. So I've just been very passionate about it. I think as a person, I get accused of being a workaholic, which kind of makes me think and hence believe that I'm very hardworking, and I do believe I give it my very best and have always done so. And I think I just enjoy my work. So being fortunate to be in the right profession and being in the professional services industry, which I have always loved. There are expectations and there are pressures, and there's no shying away from that. I think that by itself many women view as a challenge in terms of managing that alongside their career ambitions. And to me that is one challenge. The second and linked to that is, I think the working world also is very conscious of those challenges. So much more often than not, even if not a challenge, it is made out to be oh, but she can't do this because it's assumed that she has pressures on the home front and she won't be able to do it. So sometimes it kind of is posed to be a challenge even if it may not be. So I think to me, I see that as one large piece. The second would be just for women to get over that and to kind of just stay more focused on their career. So while everyone says we are career women, I think sometimes women tend to give up a little too easily in this game of trying to balance or juggle it. They don't stay focused on their priorities. I mean priorities do change over different phases, but trying to manage that those changing priorities, rebalance it, I think to me, I think those are some challenges that come to mind. New role which allows me to actually think through a few policies and things I can do differently to encourage women. I certainly am looking at how I can increase the pipeline of women who can get into leadership roles in my organization. So whether it is helping them balance their work-life priorities, how can I make my organization more flexible, more accommodating at one level. Secondly, to also give them the exposure that I think they need, whether it is what it takes to be networking in the business environment, what does it take to create a certain market profile. There are some of those areas where I believe, at least within my organization, women do not do too well in those areas. They do not have enough exposure. Perhaps a little bit of hand-holding, a little bit of coaching would help. So those are a few things that come to my mind in terms of which I'm working on in terms of already changing in the very immediate term. Yes, we've made a start. We're getting good responses. It's still early because we have a long way to go. There's a bunch of things that I know I want to implement. But the way I see it, it also has to be balanced with the wider organization objectives. And some of this is not for me to push by myself. It can't just be an HR agenda in that sense, because I need people, our male counterparts thinking in the same way, people at the junior performance manager level thinking in the same way. So it really has to be at an organization level. So that's part of hence making this happen, which is going to take a larger effort and perhaps need a little more time. But we're working on it. If one is really passionate about one's career, like I said, it's integral part of your life, then just stay focused on it. There will be some lapse in there where you may need to sit out, but that shouldn't deter you in any way. You can always jump right back in and catch up and more than catch up. Surpass the others. So part of what I see as a challenge is when women take that step out for a little bit, they are hesitant, reluctant to get back in and lose heart. And I think it's about just staying focused, and in that long career span, a little bit of up and down will happen. but it's all part of the game, and I genuinely think people can come back stronger than before, with a greater determination to kind of get where you're headed to. So just stay focused, and I think if you are ambitious, you're competent, then there's no stopping you.